Robin Banks, thank you for the 10 gifted subs.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he proposed that the U.S. actually take over the Gaza Strip, to even open up the possibility of sending troops. The Gaza's entire population of roughly 2 million people should move elsewhere, is what he said. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has more on the president's comments and all of the fallout. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. This is a brazen proposal. President Trump claiming without authority rights to one of the most contested strips of land in the world, announcing plans to displace.
I'm going to keep it $150. This is the first and last thing I'm going to say. While this is happening, if your number one goal here is to get a fucking dunk on what you have perceived as your true enemies, you are revealing that you do not care about the fucking awfulness that Palestinians are subjected to. We already knew that. If you were actively telling people to shut the fuck up about a genocide, okay? But if your goal here is to be like, see, I told you Trump would be worse. Yeah, I said that shit too, okay? Many fucking times over, 1,000,000 times over. That doesn't change the reality that Joe Biden still did this genocide, had all the power to end it, and refused to, okay? All you have done in this process is basically demonstrate that you didn't give a shit when Biden was doing it, and you certainly don't give a shit when Trump is doing it either. Okay? So you've already lost the opportunity to even, quote unquote, resist Trump from a hashtag liberal perspective. Okay? You mean how they're subjected to Hamas? What? Lightweight baby safe travels? Anyway. He's also just being open about doing the same things Biden was doing quietly, except there's a lot less death actively happening. Yes, we went from Genocide Joe to Genocide Don. Okay? That's it. But for people that immediately run to, make it seem like they give a shit, they don't. Yeah, hope everyone's happy now that they got Genocide Joe out of the office. It's like, the fuck do you mean? Yeah, he was. What are we? Are we joking? Was he not doing it? Like all of a sudden? That's how you can tell who has a heart or not. I told you so is not fun to do when there's someone suffering and you were just right about it happening one way or another. Yeah. You're not going to hear me say, I told you so, even though I did say this, because I'm not a fucking piece of shit. Okay. Same goes for my former podcast co-host. I think it was Shonda Black who said, if you got a longer compilation of you saying the N-word with a hard R than the amount of times that you've spent on defending Palestinians, then we got a problem. Maybe you don't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't care under any leadership. You can try to present yourself as caring, but if your ambitions and your motivation simply revolves around, calling your former podcast co-host an anti-Semite and a radical terrorist over and over again, perhaps most people who do care about the issue understand that you don't. Then I won't be voting for Democrats. Now Democrats do something, fuck around and find out. Like, what is this, man? The fuck is this? The fuck is this? So you just don't give a shit. And for the record, this is not just about Gaza for me either. I've said this exact same thing about undocumented migrants. Okay? I said this exact same thing. In the aftermath of Trump's electoral victory, Democrats were talking about how they're going to call ICE on their neighbors. That if they have any immediate family members of undocumented neighbors that they have that have voted for Trump, they're going to call ICE on their neighbors. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Then you are a piece of shit. You're not an ally. You're not a friend. Okay. Like, you're a ginormous piece of shit. You're a bad person. You are no different than the Republicans that I hate. And the same goes for this as well. Sean's other banger. Any creator for Kamala that refused the DNC access to speak up for Palestinian liberation can fuck right off. Okay. Biden absolutely paved the way for Trump to continue the genocide. Yeah. And ironically enough, Trump paved the way for October 7 to happen because American foreign policy is uniparty and they only go in one direction. Okay? That's it. Right-wing Cope just did this. Just filed an ICE report against the grandma, the Indian kid Elon Musk hired because she overstayed her visa. Dark woke. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a dark woke is just a meme for the most part. I think dark woke is when you're supposed to actually be fucking ruthless to the individual Republicans, not like, you know, their grandparents. But dark woke is a joke anyway. That person is joking. It's still a gross joke, but whatever. I don't understand why liberals can't actually focus their angst, their animosity, their anger on shit that actually matters in terms of, you know, like people with power. Why don't they do that? Why don't they fucking do that? Why do they focus on weak people? Why do they dunk on the people that are going to get fucked over under the Biden administration or under the Trump administration? Okay, sure. They're going to get fucked over worse under the Trump administration. Good. I knew that as well. I said it as well. What do you want? A cookie? You want a medal? You want a ribbon? Lock in.
You know, look, technically right now,
I don't know if you can say that.
I don't know if you can say that. I mean, I know that the amount of Palestinians in Gaza are dying today is less than it was during the Biden administration.
Some USA.
Wow. I'm sure all the liberals who really like Sam Cedar, but really despise me, will be shocked to find out that he had an identical perspective to mine. You didn't say Trump would be worse hard enough when Kamala was saying she wouldn't do anything different? Yeah, I know. Wait, what? You're joking, I hope. I hope you're not saying that like sincerely, because that is kind of what liberals are saying right now as they desperately look for the real reasons why Kamala Harris lost, which is a collection of leftists online. And not because she hugged and kissed Liz Cheney while simultaneously actively pushing out Palestinians or Arabs or Muslims from the coalition of voters. Like, genuinely, they just kept saying, we don't want your fucking votes. We don't want your nasty ass votes. Those liberals can't attack Sam on aesthetic grounds, though, because he's very calm at all times. Yeah. And it's also difficult to call Sam anti-Semitic too. You know? He is an older Jewish man who is very calm when he describes these things and not a scary Muslim, you know? If only there were people who were yelling from the rooftops over and over again about how unimaginably dangerous the Trump administration would be for a multitude of different reasons, including but not limited to Gaza, and that the Democratic Party should launch the best possible defense against that, and that they were being pathetic and weak, not meeting the needs or the demands of the American population. Remember that tweet from Destiny a week or two from the election? Talking about how if they won it, it would be proof that they didn't need lefties like you and they should excise you from the progressive movement. Yeah. Meanwhile, he excised himself, by being a alleged sex criminal.
Through to him finally.
Do I think that ultimately Trump is going to be worse than Harris? Harris was also a hypothetical.
Yeah.
And I will say,
all we were
I have
going
pretty
against
negative
was
prognosis of what I think she would have done.
But Obama stood up to.
Idiots are calling Sam your token Jew. Sam Cedar has been doing political commentary since I was basically shitting in my diapers. What are we talking about? What? I think you're mistaken it. Yeah, it's so weird. I guess Bernie Sanders, Felix Biederman, Alex, Gabor Mate, Noam Chomsky, Norm Finkelstein, like a million different Jewish Holocaust scholars that are anti-Israel, Noah Colwyn, every single person that I just mentioned here, Elon Pape, all Jewish, all anti-Zionist, okay? They just, they're all my tokens, I guess. Felix Biederman. It's just like, how do you not realize how unimaginably anti-Semitic that shit is? Did you cover Hutch's reaction? No, I don't cover Hutch's reaction to anything. Is there a new Call of Duty map out? Maybe I covered that. Considering how fucking consistently wrong he is, why in the ever-loving fuck would I ever cover Hutch's takes on anything political related? I already listen to enough morons be professionally wrong all the time on the Republican side. What do you want me to do? You want me to also listen to professionally wrong morons on the liberal side? I'm sorry. Has that man ever had a correct take? Maybe you should pay Michael from Pennsylvania the $500 or $1,000 that he had. I think he owes him money for that bet.
The Netanyahu with the Iran deal, like it's possible that Democrats would do it. It's not possible.
But the circumstances have to align again. Like I agree, but I just want to say, like I think even I was saying it was worth voting for Harris over Trump, even if you said a null difference, because I think that's frankly the safest thing to credibly promise. Because I wouldn't predict any backbone from Harris on this. I don't even know if she would have secured the ceasefire, but
who knows? But Scott from Detroit, it shouldn't be Sam's job to make the argument that Harris would be 1% better on Gaza. The Harris campaign was unwilling to directly say, we'll be 1% better on Gaza.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It falls on them. The people that are blaming the voters on this, I mean, come on. Like, it's the same people right now, and I don't want to be too online about it, so it's a throwaway comment, but the same people that are saying, like, dunking.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe the people did not respond to harm reduction arguments. Unironically, when on this issue at least, the Democrats didn't even do harm reduction arguments. It was actually Democratic Party boosters that were fantasizing about harm reduction arguments that the Democrats weren't even making themselves. The Democrats broadly communicated that they wanted to excise Muslims, Palestinians, anyone who's anti-war from their coalition. They openly did that, okay? Peep the date. Summoning circle, Mitch McConnell fall down the stairs. Wait, what? He's fallen. down the stairs before. That's the craziest part. If Israel detested Biden slightly less and Blinken hadn't left work early every day to slather his face in shoe polish and commit musical crimes in his garage, you'd be defending the failed implementation of Bluesman's identical plan rather than pretending it didn't exist. Call me callous. But watching Trump do exactly what he promised to do and all the left is being like, no, is so funny to me. At least there's no more Genocide Joe, right? Yeah, there isn't any Genocide Joe anymore. It's Genocide Don now. I just, like, what is the argument that, like, Donald Trump being even marginally worse, potentially down the line, than, because he's going to be that way, obviously. There's no world in which Donald Trump comes across as better, right? Except for the brief moment of solace given to the Palestinians. You're so delusional, it's sad. Answer my question. Have you thought about a dress recently? Oh no, Trump is making everything better again. Aren't you happy? No men will be competing in women's sports. You're so delusional, it's sad. Brother, we moved on from this conversation, okay? We're watching your glorious king suck the penis of the Israeli leader, okay? A country that would not exist without our unlimited support. Hey, Trump supporter. Hey, Trump supporter, watch this. Look at this. I mean, Genocide Joe is a piece of shit. But let me tell you, I haven't seen him do this before. Hold on. We call this in the industry, we call this full service, okay? It's called full service, baby. Check that shit out. You like that? Look at your daddy. Look at your daddy, dude. Look at your daddy. Showing respect to his own daddy. Look at that. Oh. Thank you, sir. Please be comfortable in your seat. Please, sir. I hope you had a wonderful day today. Another $1 billion of weapons coming your way, sir. I came from a middle-class family. The fuck does that have to do with anything? Here's your goat, okay? How does that make you feel, you fucking cuck? You stupid cuck piece of shit. Okay? Mr. Peaceful Dove, remember? Even Bradley texted me and was like, okay, maybe Trump wasn't going to bring about peace in Israel. That's the funniest thing. Anyone that tries to fucking claim Hasan, like, you think Trump is going to be really good. You think Trump is going to be really good on, you're pro-Trump. You're pro-Trump. Okay? I've had numerous conversations, including with high-profile people who voted for Donald Trump, people who interviewed Donald Trump, where I explained my position over and over again. Now, of course, you're not going to hear that from one-sided dipshits who just have a bone to pick because they don't like that their own community considers them to be wrong on this issue. And they're so goddamn narcissistic, they can't reevaluate their position and instead just fucking lose their minds over and over again and talk about this. Bradley literally started a bet with me. Yeah. He recognizes that Donald Trump is not, following up on his promises. The American Communist Party is turning on Trump. Oh, wow. Real motion here. Bro, respond to the Hutch clip. I'm going to die, dude. I'm actually going to die. There is no way that, no. You can't be serious, right? There's no way. Aren't you canceled for revenge porn? Are you fucking stupid? Do you think I'm Destiny? What is happening right now? Dude, I can't deal with this, man. I can't fucking deal with this, dog. What is going on? Like, these people are literally too fucking stupid. Do you know how many times I've seen motherfuckers be like, Hasan was on an anti-Semitic panel talking about how Sabra hummus is mid. Do you know how many times I have seen that online? Like, these are people who have like barely functioning brains. I don't know. Like, what do you do? What do you do in that situation? I'm not going to lie, dude. It's weird how it chilled out in chat for so long. Now it's going crazy again because there's a lot of shit libs who also don't actually have a decipherable political perspective, okay? And they're just reacting to the whims. The clip is literally nothing. He reacts to you saying there's no evidence suggesting Kamala would be better on Palestine than Trump. That's it. And he stays quiet. It's crazy to me. At a time, it's another clip chimp version where you just finish saying Trump is unquestionably worse. Yeah, it's always the same shit, dude. Clip something in a 17-second increment, okay? And then act like you're fake mad about the clip that you clipped personally. I'm sure there was more to it. Nah, this is the end of it. This is the entirety of the argument here. The craziest part is there'll be people that have been in here. There will be people that have been in here that have heard me unironically argue for months that Donald Trump is going to be awful. Okay? That Donald Trump is going to be awful on Gaza. I've debated people who have thought that Donald Trump is not going to be awful on Gaza. Okay? And people still go, oh, wow, Hasan surely thinks. Like, it just doesn't matter what my perspective is. You can just make it up. Like, at least when people like Ben Shapiro get yelled at, it's at least in the same sphere of what his actual opinions are on a particular issue. Okay? Mine is usually the exact opposite of what I'm saying. You know? I can't deal with this. I hate it. Probably one of the worst aspects of this industry. And then people go, Hasan is too afraid. The very same people that that keep trying to say like, oh no, Ethan doesn't have to debate Hasan. Hasan just has to watch his Hasan has to watch the clips that he compiled from Destiny's community that are like entirely out of context, oftentimes advocating for the exact opposite position that he claims I'm advocating for. Hasan is too afraid of watching those videos. I'm like, no, I'll fucking debate this person. And then they still go, nah, you have to watch the video. How are we debating whether Trump is bad on Gaza? Obviously, American politics is even way dumber than European. What a zero brain show this is. What do you mean? Are you talking about me? We're not even debating it. I tried to watch it by watching the pop up reaction, but it was too painful and could not believe how many people are saying you brainwashed them. Yeah. A TikToker who defended you rejected his invite to debate on a show recently. He's so scared of someone with a comparable size of audience. Oh, he wants to debate other people. He doesn't want to debate me. He wants to debate other people about me. That's weird. I'm the fucking subject matter. Just talk to me. Why are you so afraid? Why are you so afraid of having a conversation? Like, the number one reason why this is a idiotic point of contention is because I have already addressed all the fucking talking points and people still go, oh, can you address them? Can you watch the video? Can you address the video? It's like, I have. I addressed it 3 months before the video ever came out, dumb fuck. Because you won't watch the vid? No, that's an idiotic reason, dude. Then it should be that you should be able to destroy me now. Okay? You should be able to destroy me even easier if I don't watch the subject matter. You could just like sit there and show all of the clips out of context directly to my face. And if you want me to explain the context of the clips, we can do that. And perhaps that might be a little too scary for you. You know? That's the funniest part about this is that like me watching the video would be worse for you overall. Yeah. He's also still actively trying to deplatform me too.
On the Dearborn voters, we're saying that the Gaza thing was a non-issue during the election. So you have no credibility. Oh, sorry?
It's a guilty conscience. They know that all their actions say.
You watching clips of other people watching the videos only inflame that argument, to be honest. Brother, if I was afraid, why would I just simply run away? Why wouldn't I just run away from the conversation? If I was afraid of seeing the talking points or hearing the talking points, why would I come out and say, let's have a conversation? This is the stupid part that most people do not understand. That's what he's doing. He's using the video as a way to be like, oh, just watch the video, please. Just watch the video, please. This doesn't make any sense. Just say you watched it and then leave it at that. No, I'm not going to fucking lie. It's so funny because he'll complain about the clips. He'll complain about me watching his clips out of context. Ironically enough, his entire video is out of context. You know? I'm in the video. What do you mean, watch the video? I am the video. It's real. They're DMing smaller creators to debate.
I just turned down an opportunity to go onto H3. They reached out to me because of my Elon video and they asked if I wanted to come onto the show. I said no because I have been watching recently and I can tell that Ethan is operating purely out of bad faith. It would just...
Wait. This fucking coward is demanding that random TikTokers go and debate him on the video? I'm the subject matter. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. We had a podcast. Together. How fucking unimaginably bad faith is that? Dude, I'm sorry. This is Steven Crowder shit. How far the mighty have fallen. He is literally doing Steven Crowder. Oh my God. No, this is about the salute. Oh, it's not about the video?
Just not be a discussion. It would just be him trying to like railroad me for the video. He can just freely talk about me as he wish. I don't really care. This is going to be the last thing I say about it. I just want to move on. And
Isn't the entire point of the video that you still hold these supposed opinions? So why would referencing the video even matter? Shouldn't Ethan want to expose your actual opinions on this? No, obviously the entire point is that it's fucking bad faith. Okay? You should work with one of them to Sam Cedar him? No. Ease contradictions as well. What is this?
Smart, very intelligent. Definitely not a fucking hack ass, failed ass, dumbass fucking comedian.
Bro, I've never tried to be a comedian. A failed
What? You've never tried to be a comedian? What?
comedian? What are you talking about? It's just not true, right? And I'm a comedian saying that. I'm a comedian. That's my job. I'm a comedian, right? I'm trying to make a joke. I know it looks crazy. I'm a comedian, and people are laughing. Unlike you, I'm a comedian, not a journalist, so I have a little more leeway. I'm a comedian, you know what I mean? Thank you, exactly.
All of your content is hateful. How can you go on and brag about being more humility?
I criticize people. I'm a comedian. First of all, I'm a comedian, so anything I say being considered defamation is almost like impossible. I had an idea, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm a comedian, you know, I'm out here, I'm in different lanes. It's not even a sore spot for me or anything, because I'm not a comedian. I've never tried to be a professional comedian.
He's not.
I'm a professional comedian. Are any of them? I'm a professional comedian. You know what I mean? I'm the last line of defense, okay? I'm a professional comedian. Do you know that? I'm a comedian. I don't know. Am I a comedian?
You're a clown.
You're a funny guy.
This clip isn't about, that's out of context. I swear you were talking about someone else. What? No, you missed the end. I don't care. I don't understand. I don't think Ethan is a stand-up comic. But yeah, isn't he a funny guy? Am I mistaken? I'm gonna do a 2-hour video of being like Ethan Klein radicalized me. I thought he was supposed to be a funny guy for the ha-has. And then it turns out he's not. It turns out he thought he was a political commentator this whole time. What? Even if you were to join him live, he would just flood you with all these insane sources like the Saudi state propaganda or the Turkish state propaganda. Great. He's got Dan to back him up too. Dan is a very smart guy. He's well researched. You know? What are we talking about here? Dan, I believe, is a socialist, but not sure. Like,
Palestinian
anyway, let's get to the real
and turn
story.
Gaza into, quote, the Riviera of the Middle East. This morning, a stunning proposal from an American president. Donald Trump